Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Well, it is currently 5:14 p.m. Oh, it just turned 5:15 p.m. on this beautiful, sunny Thursday afternoon, June 1st. Let's see what the temperature is right now. It was supposed to be 91 today. Let's see what the temperature is. It is 79. It says it feels, oh no, wait, it's 90, partly cloudy, feels like 90. And tomorrow I think it's supposed to be like, 93 and full sun tomorrow. And I actually was not going to vlog or do any videos today. I'm not doing any other videos, I'm just vlogging today. Unless I get done with this and then I feel super motivated to film other videos, which I don't think is gonna happen. But I hung out with my cousin Caroline all day today. And so I had mentioned this yesterday that I wasn't sure that I was gonna film any videos today, because I just didn't know what time we would get back and all that kind of stuff. But I'll tell you guys what we did in just a second, but we ran a bunch of errands, and then we came back, and we got back here about 3:30, and I was like, do you want to go to the pool? Do you not want to go to the pool? And so she was like, it's totally up to you, and I said, well, drive by the pool on the way home. And so she drove by the pool, and there was just like a dad with his daughter in the pool. And so I said, yeah, let's just go to the pool for a little bit, because I'm trying to like go to the pool as much as possible this summer. And so she was like, okay. So we went to the pool, and it was really, really nice. This dad and his daughter, she was probably 6 or 7, they were like playing in the pool, and he was like throwing these things, and she was diving after him. And I love when parents get in the pool and play with their kids, because my mom was so good at that when I was growing up. Like, she always got in the pool and played games, and, you know, we dove for pennies and all kinds of stuff. And I love when parents get in the pool with their kids. And I don't know why, it means a lot to me, just because my mom did that, you know, when I was growing up. My dad too, like my dad was always in the water with me when I was like growing up and stuff like that. So not as much as my mom, but he did get into the water a lot, and so I love that. But anyway, they stayed there for probably 15 or 20 minutes, and then Caroline and I were just like talking, sitting on the stairs. The water was still rather cold. Actually, when we were leaving, they have like a temperature thing, and every day they like test like the temperature, you know, and then they like put this little arrow next to where the temperature is. So like when you're walking in, there's like a piece of paper on the outside of the building that says like what the temperature is, and the temperature of the water was 72 today. And it was cold to get into, but then after a while, it was very nice and very comfortable. I actually sat in the pool, like I got fully into the pool for like an hour and just sat on the steps and talked to Caroline. And then this woman brought her husband up there. I have no clue how old he is, probably 85. I'd never seen him in the neighborhood before. His wife, she rides a bike through the neighborhood, because when she dropped him off, I was like, I recognized her. And so he came to the pool, and he was just like walking back and forth. And so he started talking to Caroline and I, and telling us like every story in the world about his life. I feel like I learned everything about this man. He was really super nice, but he was telling us that, like, Caroline was like, now do you live here like year round? And he was like, no, we're kind of snowbirds, and we go to Florida and we stay at the Villages. Do you know the Villages? And Caroline like knew all about the Villages, which apparently like this is some huge thing. Apparently it's like the biggest retirement community in the United States. I had no clue. I've never heard of the Villages. And he told us that it has 701 golf holes within this retirement community, and there's like grocery stores and everything in there. Caroline said to get on TikTok because it's like real wild. Like there's a lot of partying that happens in this community. Not with him, I don't think, but he was really nice. And so he was telling us all about the Villages and that. And it was funny because he was telling us that like he and like 30 guys go down and do water aerobics, and they're like dancing around and jumping and singing songs like twice a week. And then there's like all these different pools they can go to within the community. And he was telling us he has his own golf cart down there, and he was just telling us all about his life. So anyway, he was really super nice. But so we just kind of sat there and talked to him for like the last hour. We were up there. So we just got back. Caroline just left about 10 minutes ago. And I took Boo Radley out, and he had eaten all of his dinner. I had put some stuff down for him earlier, and he'd eaten all of his dinner, and so I gave him some treats, and he was like running around inside the house going back upstairs because he wanted to go to the bed. And so I was like, I think I'm gonna vlog for a little bit. Like, Alex is not done with work yet, and I think I'm just gonna vlog for a little bit and talk about what's going on. So yeah, so today was really good. I got up about 10:30 or 11 today. Alex actually went into work late. He slept in today. I woke up and it was like 9:30, and I was like, are you not going to work today? Are you sick or something? He's like, no, I think I'm just going to go into work a little bit later today. He was like, I'm just like kind of feeling like sleeping in a little bit. So he actually didn't go to work until I got up, which was like 10:30 or 11. I think he left for work. And then I got up and started getting ready and doing some stuff around the house and taking Boo Radley out and all that kind of stuff. And then Caroline came and got me at, she was supposed to be here at 12:40, and she texted me and said it'd be 12:50. So she came and got me at 12:50 and ran a couple errands. Went to the post office. I must have everything that has been sent to the post office because there was literally only one card at the post office. So I don't, like, a lot of people, like, email me and they're like, there's something for you to pick up at the post office. There's nothing for me at the post office. Like, I went, I checked, there's nothing there for me right now. I have tons of stuff sitting on the kitchen counter that I have to do this PO unboxing. I keep on saying I'm going to do it. I'll probably do it tomorrow, and if I don't do it tomorrow, then I'll probably save it for Monday. But anyway, so we went to the post office, we went to Costco because she was down to like 15 miles before it was like her tank was empty. So she got gas, and then we went to Costco and we walked like all around in Costco. She was hungry when she picked me up, and I was like, well, if we go somewhere and eat, that's gonna put us like an hour behind. Aren't you wanting to go to the pool? Because I thought we were gonna go like the pool most of the day. And she was like, well, don't kill me, but I have a bunch of things to do. And I was like, well, that's fine. I said, I just want to get out of the house. It's nice for me just to get out of the house. I said, and she's like, well, are you hungry? And I go, no, I'm not really that hungry, and I have leftover piata that I'm going to eat for dinner anyway. And she's like, okay, well, I'll just get like a hot dog at Costco or something. So when we were done shopping at Costco, she, this is my pool hair. It just was dry. I just like towel dried it and then kind of like smoothed it over a little bit. But anyway, so the guy in the pool, he was like, my son is 60, and he was like, he's probably close to your age. He like looked at me, and I was like, yeah, I'm not 60, but thanks, okay. So anyway, but after we were done shopping at Costco, Caroline got a hot dog and a Coke, and I'm like sitting on the side, like I'm like people watching and stuff, which Costco's like the greatest place in the world to people watch. And so like I'm looking at like all the signs of all the food, and I'm literally looking at it, and Caroline goes, guess how much this hot dog and this Coke was? And I'm like looking at the sign that says a hot dog and Coke is $1.50, and I go, $1.50? And she goes, ah, don't ruin it, that's not any fun. And it's so funny because I texted, or I tweeted this picture of, hold on a second, of Caroline's hot dog. I tweeted it out with her Pepsi, and I said, people watching at Costco while my cousin eats her hot dog, welcome to summer in Indiana, which this is truly like summer in Indiana. And somebody commented and said, okay, hold on a second. They said, oh yeah, they are the best. My son said the founder got mad when someone suggested to increase the price. The founder literally said, I will kill you if you change the price, which I think is so funny because Caroline was like, you can't get anything for $1.50 anymore. And she's like, I got this. And they're like huge hot dogs too. And she got a Coke. So anyway, she's like, do you want a churro? Because they have churros there. I was like, no, I'm not hungry for a churro. But anyway, so I just sat there while she ate. And then after that, we went to Trader Joe's because she wanted to get some stuff. But I was talking to a friend on the phone, so I walked in with her, and I was actually going to get some stuff to review because my friend Nikki had sent me these everything bagel cheese bites, and I was going to try to find them. Who just texted me? Oh, Mel just texted me. Hold on a second. I don't understand that text. But I was talking to a friend on the phone, so Caroline was like, she like handed me her keys, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go out to the car. So I didn't get anything at Trader Joe's. Caroline got a bunch of stuff there. She actually brought a cooler with her in her car so she could get like frozen stuff and put it in this cooler, so while we went to the pool, like it wouldn't get bad. And so I went in there actually to go get coffee because I was out of iced coffee. I have like one thing left, but I like drank like half of it. So, which I don't have anything to drink out here. I should have, why did I not bring my iced coffee out here? I don't even have my iced coffee out here. So I'll go get it in a second. I was drinking some iced coffee earlier when Caroline came to get me, and then when I came back, I left it out here and it all melted, so I took it inside the kitchen. I was like, I'll just put some more ice in it, and I'll just go get it in just a second. But anyway, so I went into Trader Joe's to see if they had like the coffee that like the big jugs of coffee, but they didn't have it. And so she was like, do you need to go to Fresh Time? And I was like, yeah, but just to run in and get coffee, and that's it. And so on the way to Fresh Time, we went to Starbucks, and we each got venti, strawberry, acai refreshers made with lemonade. They were so delicious. We drank them at the pool. And then I feel like I got a little bit of sun today, which is crazy, because we weren't there that long. We were there like late in the day. And then, so we went to Starbucks, and we got that. Okay, Mel just keeps on texting me. Hold on a second, because I said, huh, I didn't understand her text. So I said, huh? She said something about work, but I don't understand it. So anyway, and then we went to Fresh Time, and I ran inside, and I was there for like 2 seconds, and I got 2 things of coffee. They actually had the blonde roast, so I got 1 bottle of the blonde roast and 1 bottle of the medium roast, and then that was it. So we came home, and then, yeah, we went to the pool, and it was really nice. So it was a beautiful day today. It was absolutely beautiful. And if you can, here, I'll show you the sky a little bit if you want to see the sky. It's really pretty in Indiana today. So there's that. Okay, so I'm done taking this sleep aid. I took it again last night. I actually took 2 of them right from the get-go because I wanted to see if like maybe taking 2 of them at the beginning worked, because the night before I had taken 1, and then like an hour later I took another one, so I thought maybe that's why it didn't work. So I took 2 right out of the gate, and I, again, tossed and turned for like 2+ hours, and I was like, okay, these do not work. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. And it was funny because somebody else actually commented on my vlog and said that they take, I think they said they take like melatonin, and it does, or they took melatonin and it did the same thing. Like melatonin does the same thing to me when I take melatonin. Like it doesn't help me sleep. There was a time, a long time ago, and I don't remember if I took 5 milligrams or if I took 10 milligrams of melatonin, but it did help me sleep. But I remember I had to take it and then like lay there in bed and be very, very still, and then it would like help me fall asleep. This one is called like Sleepland or something like that, and it's magnesium, and it's like 4 different like vitamin supplements together in this like one thing. It does not work at all. Like for me, it doesn't work at all. It just like keeps me wide awake. So I'm not going to take it anymore. The reason I took it last night was because I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was like, well, maybe you got to give it like a couple days to work. And I was like, but it says on there, like you take it and 15 or 20 minutes later, it'll make you so calm and relaxed and whatever. And actually it makes my legs almost a little bit worse. I don't know if I just need to take just plain magnesium without the other supplements. I don't know if maybe it's like one of the other supplements that's like not helping me. I might try that, because Tanya said that like the magnesium, like Tanya and I usually are like very in sync about like, you know, all of those different things. And so like she has the same reaction to melatonin, and she said magnesium really helps her relax and it helps with her legs and stuff like that. And so I don't know, maybe I'll try something else. We'll see. But I think it's also a side effect of Keppra. I feel like I read that it was like a side effect, that like restless legs and stuff like that is a side effect of Keppra. So it might just take some time for me to just like get used to it. But like I'm just tossing and turning and tossing and turning and not sleeping, and then I get really, really frustrated that I can't sleep. Last night, I rested for a little bit, and then I got up and I started watching. What did I watch last night? Alex and I were gonna watch Atlanta last night, but we didn't end up watching it because he was watching Vanderpump Rules, and then he went to bed early last night after that. TV shows I'm watching. Oh, I know what I watched last night. God, it was so good. So Nikki from the book club, my friend from the book club, and then also several people on the vlog had mentioned to me watching this documentary series called The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, which I have to tell you is so interesting because it happened in Indiana and I know nothing about this case. I've never even heard of this case before and I don't know anything about it. And so before I even looked into it to watch it or anything, Nikki was telling me how good it was, so I already was kind of like, okay, I have nothing else to watch, so I'll watch it. So I said to Tanya yesterday, I talked to Tanya last night, I was like, have you heard of this Natalia Grace case? It's like, there's this documentary series that just came out and whatever, and she was like, I can't tell Tanya anything. She starts watching it, or she's watched everything. She's like, yeah, she was like, I started watching it, I really can't get into it, and I was like, I kind of wish she hadn't told me something, so I'm not going to tell you about it. Because I don't want to tell you the things that she told me because there's so much weirdness that happens in this case. But at the same time, like, I don't want to ruin it for anybody that wants to watch the show. Because some of the things that Tanya said to me kind of ruined it. Didn't ruin it for me, but like I was already waiting for it to happen, so I don't want to say anything about it. But what was so weird was, so I started watching it and Nikki had told me that it was on the ID channel. So I was like, well, so I looked it up on Hulu and it said that I didn't have the paid subscription to watch that with because we have like the very basic Hulu. So I looked it up on cable, and on cable we have the ID channel, so I could watch it on cable. What was weird about it was that the first episode I watched was 2 hours long, but it was like 2 episodes together. And then the next 2 episodes, and I think it's all about how it was released. And then the next 2 episodes were like 45 minutes each. But they were like the first 2 episodes separately, not together. I was sitting there and I was watching it, and somewhere across the bottom came up this ad for HBO Max, and it said like, watch the next episode of The Curious Case of Natalia Grace on Max or something like that. And I was like, is this on Max? So I got on my phone and I looked, and it's like the whole series with no commercials, because on my cable I had all these commercials I had to fast forward through. And so I went to HBO Max and it had like the 6 episodes like in order, and I was like, oh, I'm watching it this way. So I started watching it on HBO Max. Okay, what was so weird watching this was it takes place in Westfield, Indiana, which is where my mother-in-law lives. And it's also where Caroline lives. And they start zooming in on the neighborhood, and I'm like, oh my God, this is my mother-in-law's neighborhood. Like, it's so weird, you guys. Like, she lived, like, literally 1 street over from where this all happened. I mean, if you watch the case, like, even the playground that they go to is like the playground that my nephews used to go to. The lake with the fountain is the lake with the fountain behind my mother-in-law's house. Like, it's so surreal. And I was like, this was literally my mother. This is like her neighborhood that she lives in, right? And so I've got to ask her. I've been dying to, like, I know if I text her, it'll be like, she'll be confused about like what I'm asking her. So I've got to like call her on the phone and be like, okay, do you know about this case? Because she lived like in that house. I think she moved into that house when Alex was like a senior in high school, which she graduated in 2002, and she's lived there ever since. So this happened in like 2000. Like, I think they adopted her in 2010 or something like that. And they lived there up till like 2014. And so, like, she would have been there during all this time. So I'm like dying to ask her if she knows anything about it. Caroline didn't know a whole lot about this case either, which I think is crazy. She's like, I remember seeing some things about it on the news, but I don't remember a whole lot about it. I'm like, this case is like crazy. Like, absolutely crazy. So if you don't know anything about it, it's about this couple, which the dad in it, like, so apparently they're all liars. Everybody involved in this story is a liar, right? But right out of the gate, he says they lived in a neighborhood, and they're like showing my mother-in-law's neighborhood, right? And he's like, yeah, we lived in a 5,000 square foot mega mansion, or McMansion, and I'm like, Okay, like, I've been to that neighborhood 9 million times. There's no McMansions in there. No house is 5,000 square feet. You're a liar straight from the pit of hell, okay? Like, it's a nice neighborhood, don't get me wrong. It's a really nice neighborhood. They're not 5,000 square foot houses, okay? Period, end of story. They're nice houses. They're not 5,000 square feet. They're not McMansions. Let's just be for real, right? And so, like, that was, like, when he said it, because when he says it at the beginning, I'm like, well, maybe I didn't get the neighborhood right, but, like, everything they show, I'm like, oh my God, this is, like, I've walked down that street, like, this is my mother-in-law's neighborhood, right? So, anyway, but it's about this couple, and they had 3 sons who were 6, 9, and 12, and they decided to adopt this girl, who was, like, they define her as special needs, and she has like some specific kind of dwarfism and whatever, and then they adopt her, and then like all hell explodes and whatever. But like, you really don't know what to believe, because you hear all these different stories, and it's not just from the parents. Like, well, the mother, you never hear her side of the story from, but like the dad is like main part of like the story of what's going on. He tells his side of the story, but then you also hear from like this attorney in New York City that covered this case, and then all of these neighbors that are telling their sides of the story, and then all these other people that were prospective adoptive parents of this girl, and you hear all these, and so you don't know what to believe. It is the craziest thing in the world to watch. And even the mother of the father says maybe there's more than one villain in this story. And like, that's the part that I just got to, because you're like, who do you believe? Like, is this girl the villain? Are the parents the villain? Like, what's really going on here? You have like no clue, and I don't want to like say any more than that, because the stuff that Tanya told me, kind of like, I was already like, she said, oh, is that the story about the such and such thing? And I was like I didn't know anything about it. And so when I went in to watch it, I was like already prepared for that, and that's like a huge part of the story. So please don't leave that in the comment sections. Don't leave any details of the story, because it's a fantastically well done true crime documentary, and it's just so bizarre. I don't know, and like the court situation is still going on as of 2022 in the documentary. So I don't know if it's all been, there's been some solution to it. I don't know if it's all been solved. I don't know if the court case is complete at this point. I don't know what happened to this girl. I'm going to finish watching it tonight. I've got 2.5 episodes left. I watched 3.5 episodes last night, and I was just completely taken by it. I was like, this is one of the most bizarre stories I've ever heard in my entire life. It's so weird. And, yeah, so I don't really want to say anything more about it, because I know that there's people out there that want to watch it, and I don't want to ruin any of the shocking parts for you, you know? So I'm going to finish watching that tonight and have my leftover piata, and, what else am I going to do? That's about it. I sat in the pool for so long, I feel like chlorine clean. I know that like people are like, you know, like my husband, like if he gets in the pool, he like immediately when he comes home takes a shower. But like, I love the smell of chlorine on my skin. And isn't that so funny? I know there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to be like, oh, Peter, that's so gross. But I do, like, I love the smell of chlorine on my skin. Like, I love nothing more than to go to the pool like for a whole afternoon and come home and like put on like clean jammies and like get into bed and take like a nap with the fan on. Like, that is like next to Boo Radley. Like, that is my favorite thing. Like, I love that, right? In fact, I was thinking about tomorrow, because I was like, well, I don't want to take 2 days off of not making videos. And I was like, okay, tomorrow I've got to get up early and film like a drama video, Peterisms video. I don't really have anything to review here, so I don't know what I'm going to review if I do that. Maybe a Peter Does Stuff video or something like that. Well, I got to do that PO unboxing at some point. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. And then go to the pool for like the better part of the afternoon with one of my neighbors. My neighbor across the street on the corner, she was like wanting to go to the pool tomorrow. Tanya also asked me if I wanted to go to her pool with her tomorrow, so I might Uber over there and go to her pool with her, because I did not join the country club this year. I just thought, I talked to Caroline about it. I was like, do you think I should join the country club? I mean, it's not like it's super, it's not a country club. It's not like a bougie country club. It's just a pool is what it is. I mean, they have a golf course and all that kind of stuff there, but it's not like, you don't pay for that. You pay for the pool, you pay for the golf course, you pay for both, whatever. And it's not like they have like a restaurant or all that kind of stuff there, you know? And so I was talking to Caroline about it. I think this was like a month ago, and I said, do you think I should join that, like the country club again with Tanya? And she was like, I mean, you have a pool in your own neighborhood. She's like, that you can literally just like walk down to. It's like a block, and you go there with your neighbors like every day, and we're gonna go like once a week. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. I mean, it's only a couple $100, but I kind of was having FOMO because I was like, well, I can meet Tanya up there anytime. But the thing is, Tanya gets free passes. Like with every membership, you get like 20 free passes. And so Tanya's like, you can come with me anytime you want. And like half the time they don't even like, you know, card you like when you're going in, like with your pass. And so Tanya's like, you can just go with me anytime that you want. And she was like, you know, you can use one of my passes or whatever. And I think like you can buy passes for like $5 or whatever, so it's not like it's super expensive to go up there with her. So Caroline was like, I wouldn't get a membership. She's like, I mean, how often are you going to really Uber there to meet Tanya and whatever? And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. But I'm trying to use the pool as much as possible. I just talked to my neighbor next. She was like, have you been to the pool? And I said, yeah, I went Monday. And I went today. I said, I'm trying to go to the pool as much as possible. And she's like, okay, well, I want to get up there. I want to bring the grandkids and whatever. And I was like, well, let me know. We'll go up there together. And she was like, okay. So, yeah. So I don't know. Tomorrow I'm going to try to get up and film some videos early. Because the thing is, like, after being relaxing at the pool all day long, like, I don't really want to come home and be, like, setting up the ring light and be like, hey, yeah. It's one thing to, like, sit out here and be relaxed and vlog. It's another thing to, like, have to be all pumped up and be like, yeah, la, 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 what's going on, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'll take tomorrow off, too, and I'll... Because next week it's not supposed to be as nice as it is tomorrow and today. It's supposed to be, like, real cloudy next week and, like... I mean, it's still nice weather, but like mid-80s versus like tomorrow it's supposed to be like 93. So maybe I just won't film all those videos tomorrow. Maybe I'll just go to the pool and come back and vlog afterwards. We'll play it by ear. We'll see. I am going to mention to Alex that because last night I thought we were going to maybe like watch a scary movie or something. I'm going to mention to Alex about like maybe getting some treats. It was funny when I was at Trader Joe's today. I was kind of like, for the short period that I was in there, I was like looking at some of their like cookies and things like that, and I was like, yeah, some of these things are kind of looking good. Like they had some lemon cookies in there, and I was like, they kind of look good, but like I don't want to buy them because then I'm only going to eat a couple of them and whatever. But I thought for like getting like a movie or watching a movie or something, because we want to watch a new Scream movie, which a couple people said that was really good. My neighbor, her husband, told me that it was really, really good. He really liked it. He said Jenna Ortega was great in it. So I want to watch that. And there's another horror movie that came out that I want to watch. I can't remember what it was. So I was thinking like maybe, depending on if Alex is going to go do anything, but he said he doesn't really have a lot of plans this weekend. Either tomorrow night or Saturday night, watching like scary movies and like, you know, making popcorn. But like popcorn does not sound good to me at all. That's what we used to do on weekends. We would go and, this is when we were trying to save money and pay off debt and all this kind of stuff. We would go to Applebee's for date night, and we would do the 2 for $20. And then instead of going to the movie theater, which would cost $50 or $60, we would go either to the Redbox or we would go to Walmart and we would buy movies that were like, you know, $9.99 or whatever. I remember the very first movie I ever saw my husband cry in was called, it was the one with Matt Damon, We Bought a Zoo, I think it was called. And that was like one of the movies that we bought. We would buy like 2 or 3 movies at Walmart, and then we would buy like all this candy and soft drinks and stuff like that. And then because my mom, when I was a little kid, she used to love that Verner's ale. It's not liquor, it's a soft drink. It's like ginger ale. And so I would get like Verner's ale, and he would get like, you know, Coke or something like that. But they used to have these, I think they still have them, like they look like the tubs of popcorn that you get like at the movie theater. But then you put them in the microwave at home, and so it's like you can have your own tub of popcorn at home. We used to get those from Walmart. You know, and we would spend like 25, 30 bucks instead of like 60 bucks. And that was like one of the ways that we would save money. And we used to do that like once a week. And we would watch like 3 movies. And like the dogs would be lined up on the end of the bed. And we'd have the windows open. And that must have been before Alex's allergies were really bad. Because like, I can remember like having the air come through the bedroom. But now his allergies are so bad, we can't have the windows open at all. Because she always has her windows open like during the day. She doesn't today because he told me yesterday he turned the air conditioning on. So she isn't going to probably have her windows open much anymore. But the last month she's had her window open quite a bit, and then they always close it at night, but during the day, and I'm always like, God, I wish we could have like the windows open with some fresh air flowing through the condo, but like Alex he cannot handle it with the allergies. His allergies are so bad. Those were fun nights. We used to find so many different ways back in the day to like cut corners financially, and that was almost kind of fun, you know? It was kind of fun to like, let's do this. We'd find like deals at restaurants and stuff like that. Yeah, that was fun. It's supposed to be a beautiful weekend. Oh, it's at 29 minutes and 45. I can't believe I've almost talked for a half an hour. I'm going to go inside and put some ice in my iced coffee, and then I will be back in just 2 and 2 to continue talking for the rest of the vlog. So I'll be right back. Bye. Okay, I'm back with my iced coffee. So excited. I'm starting to kind of fade a little bit and get real tired. So I need a little bit of coffee. Do you ever feel like, let me turn this a little bit. I don't know why this is like driving me crazy tonight. Do you ever just feel like super, super calm and relaxed and peaceful? Like I feel so, I don't know if it was just from being at the pool today or what. I just am like so relaxed right now. Like I just know like if I lay down, like I could fall asleep like that. Can't snap right now. I could fall asleep like, can't snap. I could fall asleep that quick. Like I just am like so peaceful and calm and just like, I just feel like I'm in the greatest mood. And yeah, today's been a really, really good day. Really good day. When I went inside, Boo Radley was like running around and being like all crazy. And I was like, are you wanting some, because he like ate every bit of food that I had put down for him. I was like, are you wanting a little bit more food? So I gave him 2 more bags of food. I'm like, what is like going on? Like, I was just talking yesterday about how he's been so weird about the eating lately. And then he just like is like crazy eating all of a sudden. Like now it's like, if he eats these other 2 bags, it's like 4 bags of food that he's eaten today. He must be, little guy must be really hungry or something. But I mean, I'm not going to give him any more than that, but it's probably because I put it down earlier too, which is weird because he usually eats late at night. I don't know. I feel like I hear kids at the pool right now. People must have taken their, oh, my neighbor just told me that her grandkids were coming over and I saw them pull in right before I started vlogging. That must be them. I can hear them next door. There's like a soft little breeze outside tonight, which is so nice. Tanya was telling me that she put her patio together, and she was sitting on her patio last night when I was talking to her. And I go, are you laying in your hammock? And she goes, what? And I go, are you laying in your hammock? Now, I've known Tanya for 25, going on 26 years, right? I've been to her patio, like back in the day, every day in the summer. And every year she adds something different, right? Like, her neighbor last year built her like this huge, like, it's like you step up to it, this wooden patio area that's covered by a gazebo and all this kind of stuff. And then she has like this cement area that she covers with this gazebo. I mean, her patio just gets bigger and bigger every year. And she puts a bunch of plants out there. And she has couches. It's gorgeous, right? And that was where we used to always sit. After we would go to meetings, we would always sit on Tanya's back patio. And like she'd make a big fire, like bonfire, you know, and stuff like that. And so I said to her, I said, are you laying in your hammock right now? Oh, she said something about being so relaxed she could just fall asleep. And I said, are you laying in your hammock? And she goes, what? And I go, your hammock, are you laying in your hammock? And she goes, I don't have a hammock. And I go, oh, did you get rid of it? And she goes, I've never had a hammock. And I'm like sitting there and like in my head, I totally have, and it must have been like, we used to go to the lake in the summer. We would rent a cabin, all of us recovery people. We would rent a, there was like 6 or 8 of us that would rent a cabin on Lake Norris, Tennessee, and we used to go down there. There must have been like hammock down there that I remember her in or something like that, I can vividly see Tanya like in this hammock, like reading a book, right? And like just laying there, like this book like open, folded open. And I was like, you don't have a hammock? And she was like, no. And I go, I swear, like, I thought you had a hammock out there. She's like, no, I've never had a hammock out here. But Tanya does. She's been so, and she has Christmas lights, the white Christmas lights out there. And she sits out there and she reads till all hours of the night. She loves her back patio. She has her little, you know, her dogs with her and all that kind of stuff. This is the weather that I love. Like when it's almost too hot during the day, but at night it's like well, last night it was funny because I was sitting out here and it started getting like a little like chilly, like with the wind and stuff. And so I was like, I think I'm gonna put on my heated vest, but like I knew I didn't need my heated vest on because I didn't need my boots and I kept on my sandals. And so I went inside and I put on my heated vest with my UGG coat and I came out here and it was almost like too hot. Like I was almost kind of like, okay, you don't need all this, but I was so snuggly and cozy that I just kind of like melted into the vest with the, I swear by that vest, you guys. Like if you're looking for a Christmas present for somebody, go buy them one of those vests. I swear by that vest. And I'll tell you, the battery lasts for about 3.5, 4 hours. I mean, I think that's a good amount of time for a battery to last. I mean, full heat for 3.5, 4 hours. And I just, every night when I go to bed, like I charge it in the kitchen. And I wake up in the next morning and it's like fully charged. I mean, it would be great for people that like run outside, walk outside, work outside. Somebody on my comments was like, yeah, my husband's like a construction worker in the winter outside. And like this would be really good for him. I'm like super, and they have like vests and coats and gloves. All of them are heated, and parkas and hoodies and all kinds of different things. I'm actually looking into like maybe like buying something else. I'm like super impressed with their products. So, and he even wrote me back, like, because I emailed him and I said, hey, I just want to let you know that my video is up, which is not like it got tons of traction. I mean, it only got like 1,500, 1,400 views or something like that. But I was like, hey, how are you?
Pretty good. How about you?
It's beautiful tonight, isn't it?
It's a little warm in the sun.
It's a little warm, but I'll take this over February and snow any day.
Me too. But it's not bad in the shade.
Nope, not bad at all. But I emailed him and I was like, hey, I just want to let you know that I finally got my review video up and whatever. And he was so nice, the guy that like had like been the one that like sent it to me and whatever. And he was like, we're so happy that you enjoyed it. And they had watched my video, and I had said in my video that I was a little confused about the instructions or whatever. I couldn't figure it out or whatever. And he said, yeah. And I was so surprised. He was like, we're trying to figure out, like, you know, thank you for bringing that to our attention. Other people have as well. And we're like trying to figure out like a solution to that or whatever. And I was like, talk about a business that like really listens to what their consumers tell them, you know, like you don't see that a lot, you know, you like, especially having me cover like the beauty industry and whatever, when it's like, you know, you'll see people come out with palettes that don't have inclusivity of shade range and stuff like that. And it's like people complain about it and the companies are basically just like deal with it. Or, you know, this issue or that issue or whatever. And then it's like, here's this business, which their products are expensive. They are expensive. But like they're listening to what their consumers are saying about their products and trying to figure things out, like how to make their instruction manual more readable when their instruction manual is, it was my fault that I didn't understand it. Like, I mean, if I'd taken a closer look to it, it would have made total sense, you know? And so, like, I mean, it was basically like press the button on the jacket, and I was pressing the button on the battery. And he was like, yeah, we're trying to make that more, you know, for people to understand when they read it. And I was like, well, it was my fault. Like, I was the one that didn't understand. It was, you know. But anyway, I was like really impressed with that. I've been super impressed just with my interactions with them. Like even when like I emailed him and I was like, because he was like, hey, like, you know, like we haven't seen your video yet. Did you post it or whatever? And I was like, I just got out of the hospital. This was like 2 days after I got out of the hospital with pancreatitis. And I said, I'm not going to be filming videos for a while and whatever. And I said, I hope you understand. And I will tell you that I've worked with some companies in the past that are very demanding. And I mean, they wouldn't come out and say, we don't really care that you're sick, but like, we want our video up. But they would say things like, well, if you're not going to make the video in a timely manner, then can you send the product back or something like that? I mean, I've had responses like that. This guy was so nice. He was like, hey, like, your health is #1 priority. Like, take care of yourself. We don't care when the video gets up. I mean, they were so nice. Everything about my interactions with them, everything about my interactions with the company. I mean, like, even like when like they reached out to me and they said like, if we send you this vest, would you review it for your channel and whatever? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And they're like, okay, well, where do you want us to send it? What's the address? And I gave them my address. I mean, it was literally here in like 2 days. I couldn't even believe it. I was so impressed with everything about it. And yeah, they just have been fantastic. And to me, in reviewing products, and that's where I like sometimes like I wish like with my review channel, not that I take it so seriously, but like I should probably do like some follow-ups of like companies or products that I've been like really impressed with, because there will be products that I review, whether it's like a soda or a candy bar or whatever, where literally the company will reach out to me. I mean, there's tons that I don't ever hear anything from, but there's others that people, like the companies will reach out to me and be like, hey, we really appreciate you doing this review, you know, like you know, thank you for buying our product and reviewing it, like, can we send you this or whatever? And like most of the time I'm just like, no, like I had a good time reviewing it or whatever. And, you know, even when I give like critical responses where I'm like, I don't like this flavor, like crumble cookies is a really good example of this. Like if I get in a crumble cookie review and I say like, I can remember when I said I didn't like the everything bagel cookie, or it was like a bagel cookie or whatever. I remember like they reached out to me and they said, this is so funny because this is one of the cookies that we like tested in like stores before, like we brought it out nationally, and it was like one of the cookies that tested really well, and it was like the least favorite cookie that you had tasted in a long time, and it really gave us a lot of insight because a lot of people now are saying that, and so we're not sure as to why it tested so well in the stores and whatever, and why do you think that is? And they asked me, like they asked me, like, you know, like I don't know, I think that really says a lot about a company, that they really want feedback and they really want to know about their product. That means they're really invested in their products. And I've had a lot of companies that like things that I've reviewed that I've just found on my own, that the companies have reached out to me and they've just been like so grateful, you know, like, and said like, thank you so much for like reviewing this and we really appreciate it. And there's a lot of companies that I've never heard anything from, but and not that I expect it, I don't do it for that, you know, I do it because it's fun for me and whatever. Sometimes when I do know that like a company is going to be watching the video, it makes me a little bit nervous because I do 100% honest reviews. And I tell people that, like when they say, can we send you this product or whatever, I always say to them, you know, like, if you want to send me the product, I will do a honest review in exchange for the product. But because I learned that from BookTube back in the day when people wanted to send you advanced readers copies, ARCs of books, that the way to do it is you say, yeah, I'll read the book in exchange for an honest review. But like, if I don't like the product, I'm going to get in a video, I'm going to say I don't like the product. I don't get reached out to as much anymore, or that's not true. I get reached out to, I would say, still the same as I used to, quite a bit. It's just not things that I think people would be interested in me reviewing on my channel. Or the other thing is, it's not like legitimate companies, they're like Amazon storefronts. And so like, I'm not going to review something that's from an Amazon storefront that like somebody is just like, it's like they're a distributor, like there's no reason. I get a lot of those requests. Which is funny as like a review channel that's like not really that big. Like I get I mean, that's probably like one of my heavy trafficked emails that I get is that channel where people reach out to me, and but it's just not stuff that I'm typically that interested in reviewing. Like I should probably just pull up my email and just give you guys some examples of what I'm talking about. Well, I probably deleted them if I'm... Okay, like editing software, I'm not going to review that. I don't even know what this is. Prescription eyewear, I'm not going to do that. Some that I have said I would do. A portable smart messenger, which I didn't even really understand what it was, but I told them, I said, if you want to send it to me, I'll review it with an honest review, and they never responded. A small, like, I get a lot of technical ones. People ask me for, like, tech reviews and things like that. The other thing is, and this is interesting to me, well, since I do the crumble cookies, I get a lot of people from like small cookie brands and things like that reach out to me. One of the things that's interesting to me about it on my review channel is that people will reach out to me and want me to do a paid review, which I think is kind of sketchy. I don't really know how you do a paid review where you're getting paid, you know, $500 to $5,000, which is kind of with the views that I get, what people would offer you, which I know sounds like a lot of money, which it is. I don't know how you do a paid review that's an honest review at the same time. I mean, are you going to accept $5,000 from somebody and say their product is crap? Like, I've never understood that. And so what I always say to them is, because they'll be like, these are the talking points that we want you to include. And I'm like, okay, so you want me to do an honest review, but you want to, like, I have to share these talking points? Like, that doesn't make any sense. That's a sponsored video, right? And also, like, I only do sponsored videos, or what are also called collaborations, if they are products that I really believe in, which means that, like, I don't ever, like, I won't endorse a product that I don't believe in to my audience. I just won't do that. And, you know, a lot of people will reach out to me and be like a lot of games. I get reached out to, like, about a lot of, like, phone games and stuff like that, but I'm like, I don't even know how I don't play phone games. Like, people are gonna know that I don't play phone games. Like, I'm not gonna get in a video and endorse this product that I don't believe in, you know what I mean? Like, and what I say to them, and, like, I wouldn't do this with, like, a phone, but, like, or a phone game, because I don't play phone games, and people know that, except for, like, solitaire, maybe, or slots, which I did in the past, you know, when we were on lockdown or whatever, but, and not the ones for money, the ones that were just, like, free, you know? But, I'm trying to think of an example of something. Oh, so people will reach out to me and they'll say, you know, we would love to work with you in a collaboration. We love your channel, blah, 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 whatever. I'm like, thanks. And then they're like, you know, can we pay you? Like, what's your rate? They'll ask me my rate. And then they'll say, this is what our budget is and whatever. And then they'll say, would you be willing to do, like, a, you know, 90-second sponsored video on your channel or whatever? A lot of people ask for what is called a dedicated video, which is like where I would get on my drama channel and do like a 20-minute video about this iced coffee. Nobody's watching 20-minute videos about iced coffee on my drama channel. And I try to explain that to people and they don't get that, right? And so they'll say, well, what if we paid you such and such amount of money for you to do these talking points of this iced coffee? And I always say this to them, this is a product that I've never tried before. Send me the product, I will try it. And if I like the product and I can stand behind it and support it and endorse it to my audience, then I will, yes, we can go forward with the collaboration. Crickets. Which says to me that they don't stand behind their product. You know, there's only been like a few through the years that I have said that to, where they're like, you know, like Skillshare was like that. I said, let me try Skillshare out for free. And if it's something that I like, and they were like, yeah, absolutely. Like, we wouldn't ask you to endorse it if you don't really believe in it, you know? And so, like, I tried it out, and I had Alex try it out to see if he thought it was, like, easy to navigate and things like that. And I loved it. I thought it was really, like, a cool concept, right? And it's like that with any sponsorships. But what's interesting to me is that I get a lot of people that reach out to me to do paid reviews, which I know is like really huge in the makeup industry. But I don't know how you do a paid review where somebody sends you a product for an honest review, but yet they're paying you thousands of dollars and you're getting in a video and saying this product is shit. Like, I don't know how you do that. And I think if you guys watch enough of my review videos, you know that probably most of the things I review I like. But like, I just reviewed these apple chips the other day, and it was like two of the bags I really liked. One of them I would buy, but I wouldn't buy it unless it was the fall. That was the cinnamon ones. And then the last one, I can't even, I think it was the caramel ones. It was like the second ones I reviewed. I just was like, no, there's no taste to them. I wouldn't buy these. They're gross, right? Well, if you're getting paid amount of money to do that review. Like, are you telling me that you think you'd be that honest in it if somebody's writing you a check for $5,000 and they have talking points they want you to talk about? Well, and these chips come in 6 different flavors and blah, 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 whatever. And this caramel flavor, it's nasty. I would never eat it. And yet these people are writing you a check. Okay, and you have to send them the video first so that they can see what you have to say in it. And then they're going to say, yes, post it, don't post it. They're going to tell you not to post the video, right? That's where I don't believe these people that say that they do these honest reviews, that yet they're getting paid for it. Which also they always say in there that like a brand ambassador is a way to get around that they were paid for it, or a brand partner or brand sponsor or things like that. Like you'll see that on Instagram a lot. Brand ambassador, brand partner, or whatever. Well, that means that you're getting paid for that, you know. You're getting paid to say good things about this company. Well, that's fine, and I don't have huge issues with it, I guess, but like, because I think most audience members can kind of read through that, which is why for me it's so important that people put hashtag ad on things or let their audience know that this is a sponsored video or this is a collaboration and I'm getting paid to say these things. So that people can say, well, yes, I still, like, you know, Peter introduced me to this iced coffee. Like, I still want to try this iced coffee because Peter's drinking it and I want to try it. And I don't care if he got paid $5,000 for it. But at least you know it's an ad, right? Like, I mean, I still think certain people are going to buy that, right? Or try it out. You brought their attention to it, right? But, like, you got to be honest about it being an ad or not. Versus somebody getting in a video and saying, this is a completely honest review. Like, I'm not making any money off this or whatever. So when people reach out to me and they say that they want to pay me for an honest review or pay me for a review, I'm like, no, you can send me the product and I will try the product in exchange for an honest review, but you can't pay, I'm not going to be paid for a review, you know. Or if you want to pay me for an honest review and you're going to let me post whatever I want to say, then sure, write the check. But I've never had anybody ever say that to me. I don't think so, that I can ever think of. And very few people, when I say to them, send me the product, and if I like it, or, you know, or I'll review it and do an honest review, very few people are like, okay with that. Now, like I said, I do get people that reach out to me and are like, can we just send you our product and you can do a review on it? We don't care what you say, like, just be honest about it. And what that says to me is that they really stand behind their product, like the vest, you know? Like, they really believe in their product, or they're excited about their product, and they want to just, you know, have people talk about it, whatever they have to say about it, you know? That's where I know that there's, like, sincere companies out there, so I don't know why I went on and on about that, but I think part of what bothers me about it is that, like, I am somebody that watches, you know, Instagram and YouTube and even celebrities, and through the years have been so influenced to buy, like, I have this Patagonia, I don't even, it's an Isabella bag. It's white. I've had it for like 10 years now. The reason I bought this bag, no, it's not Patagonia, it's North Face. The reason I bought this bag was because Matthew McConaughey was coming off the beach and he had it over his shoulder, okay? And I think Matthew McConaughey is sexy as hell and always have, and I was like, I want that bag, okay? Now, did it help that it was on Matthew McConaughey's shoulder? Sure, absolutely, 100% it did. And that was what drew attention to me. And it wasn't, I don't think it was an ad. It was just a backpack that he had. But I went out and I bought that backpack. And it's the same backpack that I still use to this day. Every time I travel, I carry it with me, right? And, you know, I'm somebody that has been heavily influenced by celebrities, YouTubers, Instagrammers, not so much TikTokers, but a little bit, sometimes TikTokers, but I just don't look at TikTok that much. And so for me, it's like, I do want to know if it's an ad or not. Like, I feel like I can discern enough by, you know, because I've, like, worked in this field for a while now, that I can tell if it's an ad or not when somebody does it, especially if it says, like, brand partnership or brand sponsor. I'm just like, okay, so you're getting paid a lot of money to talk about this, glowingly talk about this product, right? That doesn't necessarily, like, make me not want to go out and buy the product. Sometimes I'm kind of like, ooh, like you just brought attention to this for me. Like, I wouldn't, like, if I didn't watch you, like, I wouldn't know about this product, but now since you're doing this, I do know about this product. It doesn't really matter to me whether you speak glowingly about it or not. It's just something that I want to try, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of stuff that I buy because influencers try. Do you guys do that? Do you buy a lot of stuff because influencers use it? I mean, that's why I try to be like as honest as I possibly can in my videos about like what products I really stand behind and what products I really like and things like that. And even correcting myself, you know, when like for example, with like the Liquid Death water, when I said it doesn't taste any better than Aquafina, it really doesn't taste any better than Aquafina, but I love that it comes in a metal can. And I'm going to continue to buy it because of that. Because for me, I like drinking really, really ice cold water, and it's cool to me that it comes in a metal can. I like that, you know? And I just did that probiotics soda review, and it was like, I really didn't like those Olipop sodas, and I can tell you, I won't buy those again. Like, I just really didn't enjoy those. Maybe the lemon ginger would be the only one that I would buy. But there was two of the poppy flavor that I liked, and it was the strawberry lemon and it was the raspberry rose, and I liked those. And so, but I really, like, when I did the video, I thought I'll probably never buy these again. I said in the video, I think I said something to the effect of, I could be wrong, I don't remember what I said now, but I think I said something to the effect of, like, I might buy these again. Well, then I turned around, like, that next day, and I had Alex take me to Fresh Time, because I was just wanting something other than iced coffee, herbal tea, or water to drink. And so I went in and I got more of the strawberry lemon and the raspberry rose poppy sodas, but, like, and they only had, like, 4 or 5 different flavors of the poppy brand, and they had, like, 6 or 8 or more of the Olipop, but I didn't like the Olipop one, so I'm not going to buy them, you know? And just because I like something doesn't mean that everybody's going to like something, you know? I went through the whole phase where I got all the LaCroix waters, which a lot of people ask me, they're like, do you not drink LaCroix anymore? I still like the LaCroix waters. I like the limoncello ones the best. Those are my favorite. And I probably will get some this summer because, like, last summer I was drinking, like, a lot of Diet Coke. Although I will tell you that the last couple nights I've been kind of craving a Diet Coke. I don't know why. But I don't feel like I need a whole case of it in the fridge. I might buy those little cans next time I go to the grocery store. Well, hello, it's at Fresh Time today. I should have just got them. I might buy those little cans of Diet Coke because I feel like that's enough for me. Plus, it's so funny because so many people in my vlog are like, I miss the days when Peter would, like, crack open a Diet Coke, like, even if he was in his car, if he would go through McDonald's or whatever. I kind of miss those days too, you know? But, like right now, talking about it, like, a Diet Coke on ice sounds really, really good. But, like, most days, like, a Diet Coke doesn't sound, like, that delicious to me. I can tell you, I do not like that Zevia soda. I bought, like, a 12-pack of the cream soda, a 12-pack of the ginger root beer, a 12-pack of something else, and they're sitting in there, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I mean, give them to my nephews when they come over here or something, but I don't like those sodas. I don't think they're good. And they all taste flat diet soda to me. And then I actually have a bunch of the San Pellegrino waters that I've had in there forever, that, like, the sparkling San Pellegrino waters that are different flavors. I need to look on there and see if they're even still if they're still good. I need to look at the expiration dates on them. But, like, I like those. I like the limoncello. I like the LaCroix. I like trying the different LaCroix. Because I'm drinking so much water now, I probably will drink more of the sparkling water this summer. I also miss, like, just making a jug of, like, Crystal Light. Like, I used to every summer, constantly in the refrigerator. We just don't have tons of room for, like bigger things like this. But I used to constantly in the refrigerator, I would have, you know, a jug of pink lemonade, Crystal Light pink lemonade, or Crystal, because Alex loves pink lemonade, Crystal Light pink lemonade or Crystal Light yellow lemonade. I used to always have it in the fridge. Crystal Light doesn't taste any different to me than, like, Old Time Lemonade or anything like that, or whatever the other brands are, I don't know. So I love that stuff. And I actually have 2, like, of the big containers of Crystal Light in there right now. So that's still good that I can make that stuff with. So I don't know, maybe I'll make that tonight and have some lemonade out here. It's a good night for lemonade. It's a good night for lemonade. Somebody just came out of their house. Did you hear that? My battery's at the halfway mark. But I don't feel like I'm done talking yet. I sat down here and I felt like I didn't have anything to say, and then I've just been kind of, like, rambling and going on and on and on. think it's my neighbor across the street that's going in and out of the garage. She was in her garden earlier gardening. When we were up at the pool earlier, I was talking to that guy. He said something about his wife. I'm gonna have to ask my neighbor across the street if she knows his wife, because he said that his wife takes care of the pots, like the flower pots at the pool. Well, my neighbor across the street does that, and she said that she did it with her friend. Look at my hair kind of swooped over right there. She did it with her friend, and she said who her friend's name is, who I know her friend from like walking the neighborhood. She always says hi and stuff to me, and it's not this woman. And I thought it was weird. He goes, yeah, she's a master gardener. I thought, how many master gardeners do we have in our neighborhood? My God, we must have 50 in this neighborhood. 60 people live in this neighborhood, and we have 50 master gardeners. What is so funny about this, I don't know if I've told this story or not, but he's since passed away. I saw him at Costco like a year ago. And then I was telling my neighbor across the street that I had just seen him, and he goes, he literally just passed away like 2 weeks ago. Did you not know that? And I go, well, how long has it been then? Since it had been like a month or something that I had seen him. And he had passed away like 2 weeks after I saw him. My old neighbor that used to live across the street, his wife moved into an assisted living program. It was like a really nice one here in town. There are like apartments and stuff like that. And so he moved in there with her when she moved in because he wanted to be with her. And although he was still able to, like, you know, get around and walk around, and he drove every day and whatever. And he was probably about 70, 75 when he moved out, probably 75 when he moved out of here. And I can remember every day he'd like pull out of his driveway. I never saw her the entire time they lived here. I never saw her. She was like in the bed constantly, he would say. But he'd always like pull out, and he would go down, like as he came down here, he'd like pull out a cigarette and light a cigarette, and then he'd like drive down, and he'd be back in like 3 minutes. And I think he just like went in his car to like smoke a cigarette, and then he'd come back. He was the nicest guy in the entire world. But, well, it's not really a but. I mean, it's just an add-on. It's not a but, it's an add-on. He had been a landscaping engineer and taught landscaping, what's the word I'm looking for? Engineering or something, like in college. Like he really was like a master gardener. Like he would go, like, you know, when companies and stuff would like hire people to do like all their landscape. I mean, he like taught that like on a university level, like at a great university here in Indiana. And when he lived there, he had and they still have like 2 of them, but he had these like beautiful, they were like these huge like lights, like lamps. Like he had like 4 or 5 down each side, and they were like the lights for the sun. I used to have them along here, but I just like, we don't get enough sun, and so they don't light up very much, and they don't really work that well, so I just like got rid of them. But anyway, but he had these big ones. They were like heavy duty, and he had like 4 or 5 down either side. And then he really didn't have a whole lot. He had like 2 or 3 like bushes on each side, and then he has this Japanese maple tree that's at the very back. I can still see it. She puts lights on it, and it was gorgeous. And that was all he had. It was very, very simple. And but she didn't like it. She came in and she was like, when they bought the house, she was like, no, I want to put this garden in there. And her garden is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, right now it looks like a postcard or like a note card that you would see of like an English like countryside cottage kind of like house. Like that's what it looks like. It looks so different than it's looked at other years. She's got so many different, like every year she adds and changes things and whatever. And it looks really, really pretty this year. But anyway, I don't know why I was telling that story about him. I think his wife passed away, and then he passed away like 2 or 3 months later. I think that's so sad. I feel like I know quite a few people that kind of has happened to, where their spouse has passed away, and then they've passed away just like really close after that, you know? I love listening to the birds. I, honest to God, could just sit out here all day long. I don't know what it is about sitting on this front porch. I just love it. I said to my neighbor, was it today? And I was waiting for Caroline, or was it yesterday? I think it was today. Is he grilling out? Somebody's grilling out. I can smell it. But I said to her, I said, she was like walking over the mailbox, and I said, can you see where I weeded the walkway? And she goes, yeah. She goes, it looks much better. And I said, are you just saying that, or does it really look like? I said, I need to lay the mulch down, and then I think I'm done. And she goes, oh no, it's 100% better. Like, it looks so much better. And I was like, okay, thanks. I got all the sticky bushes and all the sticky weeds and everything done over here. So I think it's done. And I've been like going through my closet. It's so crazy to me, the things I'm finding. I found a Michael Myers t-shirt that I got at like Spirit Halloween. I found a Scream t-shirt that never wanted to fit. They were so like straight and tight fitting and would never get around my gut. And they are like loose on me now. I found like 3 tie-dye t-shirts that never fit me. I found like a bunch of stuff that I used to get at Meijer back in the day when I would go to Meijer with Tanya. I have like a tie-dye hoodie. I have like this tie-dye like thermal shirt that I got that was like Ralph Lauren that never fit when it came, and I just kept it. I have a green Ralph Lauren hoodie that never fit, and it's now baggy on me. I'm like finding all these clothes when I'm like going through them that are like just like fit like perfectly now, and I'm just like so excited about it. It was funny because the other day I was telling Alex, I said I just feel like a lot of the clothes that like when I go through them, like I literally went through another like probably 10 pairs of pants, and I would say maybe 6 of those pants had tags on them. I had never worn them. And I also went through the back of the closet, and I had like 5 or 6 pairs of shorts, and out of those I found a pair of like khaki jean shorts I remember I had bought at Target like years ago. And they're loose on me, but they will fit with a belt, so I'm going to keep them for the summer. And, you know, in case I gain a little bit of weight, or if I still lose some weight, I can, you know, like with a belt, they'll fit. And then I found a pair of black Levi shorts that I didn't know that I had. I don't love them because they're super long. I mean, they're not super long, but they like come over like a little bit above my knee, but they're cute. I wore them the other night to the meeting, and then I wore them today with this shirt when we went to run errands. And but the other pairs of shorts that I had back there, I mean, I literally like I was trying them on in the bedroom, and I showed Alex, I said, watch, and he goes, what? I literally just kind of like wiggled my hips, and they fell down past my hips. I mean, even the ones that I was saving to fit like when I would eventually lose weight, like they don't even fit. And like 6 out of those 10 pairs of pants that I went through, they all had tags on them. And I said, I can't believe I'm just like bagging this stuff and donating all this stuff that doesn't fit me anymore. And he goes, you're the only person that I know that is complaining about like losing weight and not being able to, you know, and having to like, you know, get rid of clothes. He was like, nobody complains about that. And I was like, I'm not complaining about like getting rid of the clothes. I'm complaining about the fact that I feel like I wasted all this money on these clothes that I never wore, you know? And like a lot of people have recommended to me like getting them, what do you call it, tailored or whatever, you know, like getting them hemmed. The thing is, like the majority of the pants that I have, and like Alex even bought me this like skim sweatshirt for Christmas. Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. She doing good tonight?
Yep.
She is?
Say again?
She is?
What'd you say?
Is she doing good tonight?
Oh, she is.
Aww. He's got this dog named Tiger, and she looks just like a tiger, and she's adorable, and he's such a nice guy. But anyway, Alex bought me this sweatshirt for Christmas. He bought each of us one, matching ones, and I love the sweatshirt. It's so comfy. But he bought it, I think he bought me like a 2XL, and the 2XL when I got it was like way too big for me. Like even though I was a 2XL at Christmas, like it was too big for me. Like I needed an XL. Well, they were out of them, so I couldn't send it back. And now I've lost all this weight, and it really doesn't fit me at all. And I pulled it out of the closet the other day, and I said, I don't know what to do with this. And he goes, well, get it altered. And I go, who gets a hoodie altered? Like, who does that, you know? He's like, a lot of people do. I go, okay, like, we'll see. Well, I put it up at the top where I keep all my hoodies, and I said, we'll see. We'll wait till this fall and see, like. But anyway, Yeah, like most of the pants that don't fit me anymore, like they really don't fit me anymore. Oh, this battery is dying. Like they're really, really big on me. Which is, I mean, great that I'm losing the weight, but it's like at the same time, like I'm just literally like bagging. I mean, every time I go through like another stack in my closet, because I'm going through these shelves, like every time I go through a stack in my closet, it's like a third of what I keep is like maybes, and the rest of it is like, okay, it fits pretty good, but in another 20 pounds, it's not gonna fit me at all. And then I'm throwing out like half of everything that I'm going through. So, but I am happy that I'm losing the weight. I'm happy that I kept it off, or keeping it off, even though I've kind of like plateaued at this point. I'm still very, very happy about that. So I was actually gonna go get another battery, but I think I'm gonna end this right now so I can kind of relax a little bit and just and start getting this vlog rendered and uploaded. So I'm gonna get off here now, and I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Thursday. If it's nice where you live, like it's nice here, get outside and enjoy your evening. It'll probably be late by the time this gets up. Well, tomorrow, enjoy your day and have a fantastic beginning to your weekend. And if nobody else has told you this today, what is today, Thursday? Have a magically amazing Thursday. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Remember these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but shh, don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. Like I always say, you might be putting a smile on their face, you might be cheering them up, you might be making their day, you might just be making them happier. You don't know. And also, be kinder to one another, love one another a little bit more, and most importantly, be kinder and love yourselves a little bit more. It all starts with you. And I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.